Hey everyone, this is Dante. I am having a campaign now to support my really dear friend Omar, who is a refugee from Venezuela living in Peru. Venezuela is in a serious crisis right now, and I really believe that supporting people who are the individuals is the best thing that we can do because we can only give back so much, and one person who has the potential to flourish and has the potential to give back to their community. His family in Venezuela when he was um, able to do that, and now they can't even receive that money in Venezuela because of the power outages. There's hyperinflation. $100 means a trash bag full of their currency. You have to pay stacks of money to buy anything, and there's really not that much food. Um, so 3 million or more have escaped Venezuela, and it's hard for them to get out even. Um, it's it's one thing for us to hear about these kinds of experiences, and then it's another thing to see them firsthand, and then it's an entire other thing when you truly open your heart to someone who has had such a different experience, and you realize how privileged your life has been, even if you have been on the lower or lowest class of your own country. You see what people around the world go through, and you can't live the same. And I barely have anything myself right now, and this is feels like the most important thing I can do with my energy. So I really feel called to share this, and I really pray that it works. And two dear friends of mine who have also witnessed this degree of poverty have contributed. We're at $122, I believe. And I want to get him 1,000. He needs a new passport. He can get another passport from Colombia because Venezuelans are discriminated against even in South America. It makes it hard for him to travel. And this would grant him so much more freedom. And he does esoteric readings online. He does tarot. He does a lot of magic spell work. He's very good at what he does, and he was getting clients from the US that were paying him well before his computer was stolen and destroyed, or stolen and sold. His passport was destroyed. And you know what what you see in Latin America is not that when shitty things happen to people, they can recover from it. Um, I've been really looking into, people who are in really tough situations, and it's like, it takes one little accident, one mishap to set someone off, and if they're not living in a place where there's a support system or where there's enough wealth that the um, the things that we take for granted or we look upon as shameful as like our kind of rights to things like food stamps and welfare, when that's not there, you can't get back up after that. And I am concerned because he's been in a situation for a long time, and that can lead to people who have so much potential and who are very talented going on a path that I don't even want to talk about. So this person is worth it, and every person is worth it. And I don't know, I don't remember what I said so far sometimes, but he before he was sending money back to his own country in order to survive, for his family to survive because the inflation there is so bad. Now they can't even receive that money. And this is what's happening. Um, this is what's happening. I just got distracted from sounds my phone was making. Um, I believe that this is what we need to do for crises happening around the world, is that people who can give to those who really need it. We are all one, we are all family. And So it's like, it's not this sort of situation where it's like, oh, just give to these big nonprofit organizations. You have no idea exactly what that money you spent goes towards, or how many steps in between, or how much they spent to let you know that they need money. You don't know any of that. When you give directly to individuals, you pull up the people that can give back to their people, to their mm, nationality of people who are suffering. And I truly believe that Omar is an amazing person who, if he was able to bring himself back up, could do so much for people close to him and around him. And yeah, I mean, some people have asked. Hold on a second. I don't want to talk too much about this, but just for transparency's sake, Omar and I did have a love connection. I love him as a friend. I love him as a soul. It is not because I'm dreaming of my future with him. It is because I care about this person, and I think this person matters and is important and deserves this. And so many people who go through these really traumatic situations, they lack that self-worth. And even if nothing happens, or only if this $120 that we received today or yesterday goes to him, I'm just really grateful that I can give him the message that he deserves this, because we all deserve. And I really dream of a world where there's no more borders. There's no more "this is mine" and "this is yours." I'm so tired of that. So if you can feel what this is going towards, and what good this can do for the soul and so many souls, and for your soul to experience that dissolving of the borders that we create ourselves, please give what you can. As I posted this, this is Gay Pride right now. Omar is a queer person, and there's so much consumerism ingrained in this pride and in gay culture in our country, and the consumerism that we live on is what keeps the people in these other places poor. We think we need so much we don't need. We eat so much we don't need. We take so much we don't need. We do so much we don't need. We keep ourselves in overstimulation, and we forget that this is taking from others. And the US government is the cause of Venezuela's problems. It's so clear. The interference, the blockages, like, do your research. I don't want to talk about that because I'm about love, and I really okay, that's not a good reason to not talk about it, but this is about helping a person, because I believe that's the best thing we can do. That's the most compassionate thing we can do. Yes, talk about these issues. That's a whole nother thing at this point. Not all of us have the resources to follow our own dreams even, but we all will buy ourselves a nice drink, coffee, or whatever it is our thing, or kava, cacao, alcohol, whatever. We'd buy that for another person. We take someone out to eat. We treat ourselves to these things that are luxuries. We live in luxury every day. And if you can just spare yourself one luxury, so one person who is living in a lot of sadness and a lot of lack can get out of that, please give whatever you can. If you have a lot of money and you want to give more, thank you. Someone gave $100. My friend Marco gave $100. People who are more wealthy, just imagine what he can do with $100. And you can get a really good meal in South America for less than $2 oftentimes. You can cook really good food for super cheap, and he's a really good cook, I'll have you know. I just have to say that there's this toxic individualistic attitude that everyone has to do it on their own, and that, oh, if I just give it or do it for them, it's not going to help them. People are ingrained with this idea. It's part of what upholds capitalism, honestly. And spiritual people have these ideas too, and like, people say things these days like, oh, you're being a victim, don't be a victim. And this is messed up, because if you look at human rights history, African American rights in this country, LGBTQIA rights in this country, none of that was gained from saying stop being a victim and pull up your bootstraps. None of it was gained through that. And now we are moving to a time where we can do this with love, and what love does is love gives, love shares, love. So if you can't give any money, please share this video and please share this post. That is what I ask for the most. Thank you so much. It means the world to me, and it will totally change his life if he could just get what I'm suggesting, $1,111. That would be enough to turn his whole life around, and that would turn many other lives around. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching.